Hello, sippers. I'm Demetrius.
I'm Renee.
And I'm Martia.
And this is Sip and Unwind, a true crime podcast. Y'all better get into it.
We here.
Hey, ladies. Hey, sippers.
Hey, everybody.
Hey. All right,
What's
ladies.
going on?
I know. It's been a whole week, and we're back.
Back at it again.
Yes.
Back at it again.
So get ready. I hope everybody been listening because we got some episodes uploaded, ladies.
I know. So if you guys haven't, what are you waiting for? Go back and listen to them, subscribe, share with your friends, let everybody know.
I mean, like, we almost got a whole season. I don't even know what would be considered our season because we just popping them out weekly. They're awesome.
I think we can say this is season 1. I think we can be
season 1.
This is still season 1.
Okay.
And we got a lot of good stuff in season 1. Like, I know it's our podcast or whatever, but I really do like listening to our episodes. So I don't know if I'm biased or not, but I'm telling you, sippers, if y'all haven't gotten caught up, y'all need to get caught up for real.
Yes, because it's going by quickly.
Right. And not only just for the crimes, but for our Spill the Wine segment. Oh my gosh, those things are crazy.
And take another sip too. You're gonna have some wild take another sip too.
So, what have you ladies been up to? Let's get those updates for our lovely sippers.
Martia, what you been up to?
You know what? I've kind of been getting acclimated to working again. Yeah.
How's that going?
It's going. You know, it's part-time, but when you have not worked in over almost 15 years, I'm just going to estimate.
15?
It has not been 15, quite 15, but it's been a while, right?
I was thinking between 5 and 10. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it's been about, let's see.
So that's a minute.
It's been about 12 or 13 years.
Okay.
So,
wow. That sounds like retirement happened before the retirement.
I was raising them babies.
Yeah. And I enjoy my time or whatever. Mm-hmm. And even now, it's like, this is just something that ties into my internship and all that good stuff. So I don't know how long it's going to last, right? But even though it's part-time, ladies, I feel like I've been working overtime.
Really?
My body is in shock, and so is my soul.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, I think I need therapy because I haven't said the words work and job when referring to myself in years and having a boss. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been my own boss. My husband is the boss. You get what I'm saying? So
yes.
I'm just trying to get acclimated to my new life, but I am happy and thankful to be in this new season. I will say that. So
okay.
So are you liking it? Like trying to do full-time, getting ready for full-time work like that too and all that?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
no,
damn.
Not with what I'm doing. No. Now, I work from home. I work in the office a couple of days and I work from home. But no, it's not going to be anything full-time on that situation there. But I do like it because it ties into the career that I'm moving into. So yeah, that's all I've been up to, ladies. What y'all been up to, Renee?
Okay. Well,
go.
Did you want to go first, Renee?
No, you going to go.
Okay. Well, I've just been having home improvement projects happening and not by choice. If you have a septic tank, please take care of your septic tank.
I've heard of those issues.
Oh my gosh, the night terror.
Oh,
so I won't get it. I don't even know. Like, we had work on it previously 3 months back, and it seemed like the situation that we thought we had resolved was not resolved completely. So just say I'm glad it did not back up into our pipes and come out of any kind of plumbing. I'm so grateful
you have
for
to
that.
dig up the ground.
Yes, my backyard looks like a whole new construction.
Oh God!
And you have a company out there doing the work?
Yes, it is.
Okay,
yes.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you think me was out there with
oh girl, my house would be up for sale right now if I did it.
Here's the thing that the sippers may not know. Meat does not mind doing the work around her house. So
no, I don't.
She'll lay down floors, put up some tiles.
No, actually, that is true. I forgot about that.
You can hire her. Look, you can hire her for your services for your house. So look, I know what to expect. That's why I had to ask because she don't mind getting dirty.
That's true though.
No,
multifaceted.
Okay, put in my own faucets, toilets, painting. Yeah, I got you.
Hard-working woman by day, diva at night.
I hate to hear that though. I mean, how long does it take for it to be fixed and everything?
We just got everything underway as of yesterday. It was taken care of. But girl,
Good.
it's that money, girl. You be like, oh, this
Yeah.
stripper money coming out my account.
Is that insured? Like, is that covered or no? How does
That
work?
particular part is not.
Speaking of
What?
that, strippers, we do have a
Yes.
GoFundMe for the housework that needs. I'm playing. I'm just kidding. You know they do GoFundMes for everything now.
A
Everything.
So you gotta
GoFundMe
throw
for
that joke out there.
everything. Really.
Girl.
But
Set
you
me
know,
up.
just saying though, if you really want to, you know.
Man. So that kind of sucks. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes. Oh, I hate anything dealing with plumbing because you know with water, you're just like, no.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. And that's important. That's something that you can't even like sit on and be like,
Oh
I'll do
no,
it
girl,
later."
because I need my showers. I
Mhm.
need, you know, you got to use the bathroom. I'm just,
Mhm.
you know,
Right, exactly.
a little TMI, but hey.
Yeah. Everybody got it. So y'all, guess what? Okay, so
Oh,
I'm
What?
so mad at myself. No, I'm just really mad at myself. More mad at myself than anything else. But I had a minor car accident.
What?
It was minor.
oh
No, it was minor. It was last weekend.
Oh
no.
And I wasn't in my car. Well, I kind of don't have a car anymore because I gave my car to my daughter. But I
Yeah.
was
Okay.
driving my significant other's car, which made me even more irritated. But
Oh
I
man.
might have been preoccupied on my cell phone and hit the car in front of me.
What?
We was at a
Oh,
red light. We was at a
no.
red light,
no.
and like when I was on YouTube, so you know how you gotta press the button for to skip the advertisement thing. So it was a red light, so I was hitting the button, and
I have a ruler in my hand, and I want you to
girl,
hold your hand
I
out so I can smack
know it.
it.
I know that's why I'm so mad at myself. But we was at a red light, and so I
Oh
was
my
looking
goodness.
down. I was getting my next video ready for my drive, and so I'm hitting the button, and I seen the cars from my side moving. So I'm like, okay, green light. So I hit my gas, and the person in front of me didn't move yet, and so
Oh
I hit
no.
him, and it was a BMW, a SUV BMW, and it was an Asian man.
Oh
And he
man.
didn't speak English. So, but he got out, girl, he got out with his cell phone. He went into his car. He videotaped his car. He videotaped my car. He went around to my license. He videotaped that. He took a picture of my face. And I was just like, if you don't get out my face. I had a hat, so I put my hat on. I put my hat down a little bit. I was like, don't be taking no pictures of me. And
Are
he
you
didn't understand what I was-
serious?
Did you? I'm sorry to laugh. But was there damage on his car to
It was
that
damage on
level?
his car. It was, I mean, it
Oh,
just, I have a sensors
honey
in the front of
child,
the
boom
car that I
boom
was in, like
kitty.
parking
He was
sensors.
ready for your ass getting
Girl,
out with
so
his
it
phone.
just knocked one of the
But
sensors out. But
wait,
other than that, it was no
how
damage.
much? So no damage to his car.
Oh no, it's damage to his car. The way
Oh.
my grill was on the car, it's an SUV that I was driving, so it kind of hit his where the trunk
Oh.
is an SUV too, so it kind of dented that in. So and I was just like, move over to the side. He was just sitting
Oh.
there, and I was like, go and pull over to the side. So
I'm
of course
mad that he
I didn't
was
know he didn't-
ready like that though. I mean, what?
Yeah, I didn't know he didn't speak English, but when I was telling him, so I was just like, so I went around him, and I guess he thought I was leaving. I don't know, but I went over. It was able to pull off the road because I'm like, we're not gonna sit here this green light for this little hit and run, or this not hit and run, but this little minor tap. Because I've been cut somebody out, somebody sitting at, I hate that when people get in accidents and then they just sit there. Y'all don't move over to the side. Like, you really gonna just stop in the middle of the street? No. So we moved over to the side, and then he called. I don't know who he called. He called these people. He was trying to give me his phone for me to talk to, because I think he called like his daughter or somebody who spoke English. He was giving me his phone for me to talk to them. And I'm just like, I'm not touching your phone. And it was a whole thing. And then he called a couple of his people to come down to to help him out, because he didn't speak English. So I wasn't mad about that. But he had like 2 other people who came by in their car.
Oh, wow.
It's like, y'all don't get away from me. And then I got a ticket for following too closely. And now I'm irritated because now my insurance is probably going to be jacked up a little bit because I got a ticket. And so, yeah.
But at least they didn't cite you about the cell phone though, right?
Huh?
They didn't cite you about the cell phone, right?
Because they weren't there.
Right.
I just said
good.
that I just thought everybody was moving, and that person just didn't move. And, they couldn't cite me for that anyway because they ain't got proof.
Yeah.
But unless they listening to this, but yeah. And so, As soon as it was right around the corner from my house. So I called my boyfriend.
Oh my God, that is crazy.
I was like, come over here, because it was at the end of my street where we stopped at. I was like, come down here, just to sit with me or whatever. So when he came down, first thing he said, was you on your phone? I said, yeah.
He know his baby.
Oh wow.
I was just like, and then I texted my daughter because she was at work, and I was like, I was in an accident, but I'm fine. I just hit this little person from the back or whatever, but I'm good. And her first message was, well, first she said, well, I'm glad you're okay. And then she came back and said, was you on your phone?
Damn.
I was just like, yeah.
At the end of the day, you're supposed to be setting the example.
Exactly.
For her. Oh.
That's why I was so mad at myself about that. I was just like,
I can understand.
But it wasn't like no damage. Like he ain't got to take the car to the shop or nothing like that.
Okay.
The grill,
thank God nobody was hurt.
Yeah. The grill is just broke, but you can't tell unless you get on it and look at it and you see the crack in it. But
well, I'm just glad you're okay.
Thank you. And I will stop being.
Yeah, me too.
But I was like, oh, I can't wait to sipping wine, girls. That'd be a good one.
Yeah. Now you really gonna make me need this drink.
Because it wasn't really nothing that was like, oh, it was a big accident. Why didn't just like, but more it's just I'm just irritated. I'm just like,
right.
All right, ladies. Well, after hearing all of this, multiple things going on with it, let's sip into our beverage for tonight. What are we sipping on? Who has that? And they want to give the ingredients and what we're drinking.
I have it. So what we're doing now is we're just all gonna drink the same drink. Instead of us having all of our separate ones. We just come up with cocktails that we think is something that we would all like, and then we share the ingredients before the show and we kind of get our drinks together. So this is something that I had at Sugar Factory.
Sugar Factory. There you go.
The Sugar Factory. It's called the Cotton Candy Cosmopolitan, because I like candy.
Yes.
I know Martia loves candy.
I do.
You have a love affair with candy.
I love sweet. Yes. So anything sweet, you got me.
Oh, girl.
Cotton candy is my favorite.
Yeah, this junk is really good at the Sugar Factory. But yeah, so it's the Cotton Candy Cosmopolitan, and this is the ingredients that they have. This is for 2 drinks. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys have access to cotton candy or get it. I know you can probably get it at Walmart. They have it at Walmart. That's where we got ours from. Because they have it at, it's like $1 or $2 in a little, they have it in a, so anyway, so you can get cotton candy kind of conveniently, you just have to look in the candy aisle. So you have 3 ounces of vodka, 2 ounces of cranberry juice, 1 ounce of triple sec, and 1 ounce of lime juice. And then you have cotton candy. So what you do, you just put all those ingredients in like a shaker with some ice, and then you put the cotton candy in the cup. So you shake it up and then you pour it on. You can either put your cotton candy later at the, not have it melt in, or you can put the cotton candy and then pour the drink on top of it, which it melts it into the drink, which makes it super, super sweet, which is something that
That's what I did. Yes, that's how I did mine. Ooh.
Yeah, but others like to put like the cotton candy on maybe like a stick and then have it like how an olive looks or something like that on a drink. But I like mine inside mine, so I put mine in my cup and then I pour the drink on top of it, and then it just kind of melts in, and it's just
so good.
Oh my God.
Good.
I'm on drink number 2. I started before we even got started.
Yeah, like I love my sweet drinks. I can do that all day long. Yep. So that's the drink. So if you haven't heard of it, or if you look for it, it's a cotton candy cosmopolitan, and there's your drink for the week.
There you go, sippers. Okay.
And then we'll post this on our IG page and Facebook page as well, though, if you guys have it, and it'll in the picture as well. So there you go. Look for it there. If you're not already following us, follow us too. Thank you.
And share and like and comment.
Exactly.
Okay.
All that.
Okay, ladies. Well, I'm gonna move into our true crime for today. This case. Ooh, hold on, I gotta take a deep breath because this one right here, y'all, is kind of lengthy.
So we all take a deep breath in unison.
Take a sip.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Okay, that'll work. And 1, 2, 3, sip.
Wait a minute.
Take your sip. Okay, here we go. On today's episode, I'm gonna have to be a little bit honest. Let me start with this. This true crime has some cliffhangers, but I was intrigued by this story because I watched it on Snap. I don't know if anybody's into that series.
Oh, yes.
But I love that series. And also I looked online and researched some documents to try to, follow up with what they told. So
cool.
I also have another confession that I really love the last 2 episodes that you ladies put up. I was in tears laughing. I love it. I love it. Y'all, my girls are working hard, okay? And we ain't
Trying
even
to do
getting
it,
a check.
John.
Can we get a check?
The three of
Can
us
we
are
get some
trying to do
sponsors?
it.
Can
Please
we
and
get some
thank you.
sponsors? With that being said, let me dive into this one real quick. So today's episode is about Pamela Ballin. Pamela Ballin was born Pamela Sinclair in 1961 on the island of Jamaica. She is one of 6 children and comes from a very close-knit family. Pamela is known to be very outgoing, well-loved, friendly, and just get along with everyone. In 1979, Pamela Sinclair would meet a guy named Derrick Ballin. Ballin also is known as Ricky. So I will be referring to him, y'all, throughout this true crime as Ricky.
Okay.
Ricky was 5 years older than Pamela and known to be a gentle giant. He was 6'4" and weighed 250 pounds. He was also easygoing and pragmatic and level-headed. It is noted that when Ricky met Pamela, he was in a relationship with another woman. She was the mother of Ricky's firstborn son, David. But when Pamela came in the picture, that relationship didn't last for long. Ricky would end that relationship and become more involved with Pamela. The pair would soon move to the United States. After only 5 years together, in 1984, the two would get married and go on to have a son whose name is also Derrick. He was born in Santa Maria, California. Y'all, that was kind of like a tongue twister at first. I was like, Santa Maria, because I'm thinking my Spanish, okay? So he was born in Santa Maria, California. The family would later move to, get ready, ladies, DeKalb County, Georgia.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Thought I'd throw that kicker in there. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's kind of where we
Okay.
from, sippers.
East
Okay.
side.
Kinda where we where we did a little bit of dirt. back
Okay,
in the day.
okay. That is located on the east side of Atlanta for those not familiar with
East
the
side.
area. Okay. So as a means for supporting his family, Ricky had began working doing odd jobs from delivering pizza at night and starting a landscaping business in the daytime. Pamela would find a full-time job, y'all gonna love this one too, at the busiest place to work in Atlanta, the Atlanta airport.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say
Oh,
that.
wow.
Working as a travel agent, all while being an active parent, taking care of both her stepson, David, and her son, Derrick. Ricky Ballin was a hard worker, sometimes working up to 15 to 20 hours a day just to provide for his family and building his American dream. As time went on, his landscaping business went from a one-man show to Ricky owning 6 to 7 trucks and having his own office space with
Okay,
over
Ricky.
20 employees. Okay. Ricky went like balling. He said, okay, we're going. He was able to live his life as a middle class worker and decided to move his family to the suburbs outside of Atlanta to Lithonia, Georgia. Y'all know
Girl,
that
get
area.
out.
Okay.
Get out.
Oh
Where
my
he
gosh.
okay.
That's too close. That's too close.
I had to do it to you. I had to do it.
Oh
Okay.
man. But we
Where he
hitting y'all with Lithonia.
Okay. Okay. We got some history, so
man.
sorry about that. He purchased a beautiful home which had a basketball court in the backyard. The house was located in a flourishing middle class area. It is noted his business went from residential landscaping to commercial landscaping, making his company a lucrative business. Because of the rapid growth of his landscaping business, Ricky's company would need more help in the office to manage the bookkeeping and finances. And his wife, Pamela, was good at both financing and bookkeeping because of her background in being a travel agent. She would go on to quit her job as a travel agent and become part of a family business. So in 2009, after only 2 decades of living in the US, Ricky will become a great example of an American success story coming from another country and building his business from the ground up on his own. But Pamela will also get credit because of how well the couple worked together. But all of that will soon come to a halt. In the morning of December 29, 2009, in Lithonia, Georgia, police will receive a 911 call from the Ballin residence around 2:30 a.m. A call that will be made by Pamela Ballin. According to 48-year-old Pamela Ballin, she would tell the dispatcher her husband fought an intruder and lost. When police arrived at the home, they found Ricky Ballin sprawled out inside the door, covered in blood. The scene looked as if he had been in a fight for his life. He was bleeding from the head, but was alive and moaning. EMS were called, and Ricky was taken to an Atlanta hospital. Now, see, they didn't disclose the hospital, but come on.
I was about to say, was it Brady?
Oh, they didn't disclose it. It was closed off with that information. It just said an Atlanta hospital, but we know, ding, ding, ding. As he was being driven away, Pamela was begging to be taken with her husband to the hospital. Being distraught and crying and upset, she continued to beg to go with her husband, but the police refused her request. Since her husband was not able to give a description of the intruder or intruders, they needed to hear her account of what happened because she was the only other person inside the home. She told the officers her account of what happened. And her story goes like this. She came from a workout and her husband was on his phone as usual, sitting in his recliner. As she went to take a shower and get ready for bed, Ricky was still in his recliner. When she woke up at 2 a.m., she walked out of her bedroom to use the guest bathroom. Now, why would you walk out of your bedroom?
Say, well, why? Why though?
So she walks out of her bedroom to use the guest bathroom. While in the bathroom, she hears noises and hear Ricky call out, "Who are you?" And he also calls out and says, "Pamela, get the gun." But instead of getting the gun, Pamela runs to hide. And after hearing the commotion had stopped, that's when she grabs the phone from the nightstand and calls 911. And it is also noted, as I was doing the research, that during that time, there was a lot of home invasions. Possibly could have been a home invasion. So during her questioning, Pamela receives a call from the hospital stating, "If you want to see your husband alive again, you better hurry to the hospital." She left the questioning. No. She left the questioning from the police to rush to the hospital. But at the crime scene, it appeared to the police that Pamela's story matched the wounds that Ricky sustained. He had 10 gashes to the head and several wounds on his body. The gashes he sustained to the head caused Ricky to become brain dead. So Pamela and her son had decided to take him off of life support. If they didn't remove him off of life support, he would just be in a vegetative state. So their decision was to just remove him off of life support. So Ricky was taken off of life support around 10 a.m. that morning. On December 29, 2009, Ricky Ballin was declared dead at 53 years old from an apparent home invasion, or was it a cold-blooded murder? Y'all hold that question, okay?
Yeah.
While Pamela was at the hospital, investigators decided to take a closer look at the crime scene. They found what looked like a forced entry. Furniture everywhere and drawers were empty. It looked like a whirlwind. And the scene looked like it added up to how Ricky sustained his wounds. Whomever it was that fought Ricky, he was fighting for his life. The intruder fought him, though, barehanded, but the weapon that was used, it looked like it was a nightstand stick, and that was used to cause the 10 gashes to his head.
A nightstand stick? What is that? The police stick? Like, what is that?
They listed it as a nightstand stick, but I'm going to get more detail into that.
Crazy. Like, was it like a bat? Oh, my goodness.
So investigators also stated the crime scene looked to be more than a burglary and a fight with an intruder. The crime scene appeared to be a murder that took place. Nothing was stolen. All of the furniture seemed to be placed and nothing looked knocked over. And remember, this is in December. So they said it was a Christmas tree that looked like it had been placed on its side instead of like intruders coming in and knocking it off, because none of the ornaments on it were broken. They were nicely in place on the tree that was just laying on the side. The pry marks on the door, now that they could see in the daylight, because remember the cops came at 2 a.m. So now it's 10 and it's more daylight outside. They could see the marks were not made with a crowbar or a screwdriver, but it was open with a butter knife, which was found on the back patio furniture. So the intruders used a butter knife and not a crowbar or a screwdriver, as most people do. They try to break into someone's home. It became clear that the only person that could have staged it all out of the two lived in that home. That's when investigators decided to take a closer look into the relationship of both Ricky and Pamela Ballen. But everything appeared to be fine and the marriage was good. But according to friends and family, Pamela had felt neglected. The dynamics in the marriage had changed. Ricky was no longer wanting to go out or do anything, as far as a couple. And he was just focused on working hard and maintaining his business. Because of feeling neglected, though, and ignored at home, Pamela had an affair. Ricky found out, and the two worked it out. but it was alleged Ricky was very jealous and blamed himself for their marriage failing. It is also noted that the family problem started when Pamela took over bookkeeping for the company and money started coming up missing. It started with small amounts at first, and then larger and larger amounts would come up missing and unaccounted for. So soon, Ricky was unable to keep up with all the expenses, including paying employees, managing the business altogether. He decided, you know what, enough is enough. He wanted to divorce Pamela. But allegedly, according to the family, before he was able to get a lawyer and file for a divorce, he had been murdered. Let that marinate too. Investigators found it odd that at the timing of him wanting a divorce, a life insurance policy had been increased some odd months
I was
prior.
waiting on you to mention that. It was in my head. Like, I wonder if it's a life insurance policy. That is so
Yes,
ridiculous.
some odd months prior to his death with a totaling amount of $1.5 million. The investigators had managed to pull a motive, but the only problem they had was no physical evidence. So at the beginning of February 2010, because remember this happened in December 2009, Pamela was called into the station again for further questioning. They interrogated her and her story remained the same. But on February 4th, 2010, Pamela Ballen was placed under arrest. They could not find anything or anyone or any leads or suspect that could be placed at the home invasion of the time that she made that call. Also, they didn't believe there was a true home invasion. On June 9th, 2014, this is 5 years after his death, y'all, the 53-year-old Pamela Ballen went to trial for the murder of Ricky Ballin. And let me add this little piece in because there was so many details. I couldn't put everything in here. But Pamela didn't have any criminal history to go along with the physical evidence, that she did anything. So they couldn't pull any records on her. She had no prior criminal history. So that's why it took so long to try to, pull her in for her trial. With
So they basically arrested her off of circumstantial evidence then, right? Wow.
With no physical evidence is why it took prosecutors almost 5 years to bring her to trial. And here's the bonus. She was out on bond, y'all, since February 2010. So she was free to flee. Okay, she could have left and went back to Jamaica or went somewhere and never came back.
She was sure she was going to be
not
convicted. Okay.
So Ricky's family was convinced that Pamela had killed him. For her son, Derrick believed his mom was innocent. And as for her stepson, David, he refused to take sides. He remained neutral. On June 9th, in her trial, prosecutors stated Pamela killed her husband for insurance money and because he found out about her extramarital affair. Plot twist, though. They also said she found out that Ricky himself was having an affair.
Yikes.
Stating that this was the final straw. This is what the prosecutors are saying. And that on that night, while Ricky was asleep in his recliner, Pamela saw text messages made allegedly to another woman. She got upset and picked up the statue. So see, this is a statue that was used, right? Not the nightstand stick. It was a statue. And she hit Ricky from behind on the head multiple times, giving her an advantage to overpower him and striking him a total of 10 blows to the head, causing the gashes.
She got some nerve because she was out there stepping out on him. But then when she found out he was stepping out on her, that pushed her over the edge.
Pushed her over the edge.
Wow.
When it came time for her defense lawyer to give an account on Pamela's behalf, they asked the judge to just dismiss the entire case. They ain't even want to fight. They were like, just dismiss it because of lack of evidence and all circumstantial evidence. Like you said, Martia, they were just like under circumstance. So they didn't have any physical evidence. They were just all circumstance. And her attorney also stated, how could his client do this? And there was no blood found on her at the crime scene. And how could a woman who was 5'1" take down a man who towered over her at 6'4"?
With the help of her son. But anyway, continue with your story.
Okay.
Right.
They also brought out the Ballin's insurance agent that handled the new policy, and he insisted he made the adjustments on the policy because the increased amount would get a better premium for better coverage. So that was the story behind why her insurance policy totaled 1.5 million. The insurance agent said, hey, it was me. I suggested, that she do it so she can get a better premium for better coverage. So that was the story behind the insurance being increased. So after both sides presented at the trial, the jurors took a few days to deliberate. And on June 18, 2014, a verdict came back and the jury found Pamela Ballen guilty with a life sentence. But it didn't stop there.
Wow.
It didn't stop there. The judge presiding over the case threw in a curveball. The judge said he needed a month to decide to keep the verdict of guilty or throw the case out completely because of lack of evidence presented, thus setting his new ruling decision to be made on July 17, 2014. He told Ms. Ballen he decided to let her go home free on bail. Once again, this woman is free. That's crazy.
How in the world?
Jury,
That's crazy.
the judge said, I don't have my final verdict. I got the final say. I'm gonna need a whole month to deliberate on this. I don't know if she actually did it. Should the verdict stand? So let me check over the case. So he wanted to go back over everything that was presented to him for that case. Okay. So his decision had caused an uproar throughout the state and in the community that a convicted murderer was walking the street. People in the public was like, no, how you gonna let somebody that committed a murder just walk free? So the DA's office had Ms. Ballen arrested again just 5 days after her release on June 26, 2014. And Pamela turned herself in to the Cobb County Police. So fast forward on July 17, 2014, the judge gave over his verdict, and as promised, he denied the defense a mistrial and decided to stick with the jury's verdict. So he came back and said, okay, she's guilty. The verdict of being guilty carried a life sentence automatically. The verdict sent Pamela and her defense team and her family members into complete shock. They just knew she was going to walk away free because there was no physical evidence. They just knew it. The verdict carried a mandatory life sentence. Her attorneys immediately filed for a motion for a new trial in 2014, and it was denied. So Pamela will not be eligible for parole until 2044. She will be,
She's gonna be old.
83 years old. Okay.
Good.
So you were free all this time prior to your trial. Then the judge go, you know what? You can go out on bail. So you got 5 days of freedom. Then you turn yourself in and your verdict still came back as guilty.
And I just knew you was gonna tie the son in there some kind of way because
it was all her. It was
that
all
is
her.
like I'm
They were
trying
the
to
only
just
two
imagine the
people in the home.
scenario. Right.
Yep.
But it just seems so crazy that she did that by herself though.
Yep.
Like
She waited till he was asleep, took that statue, 10 gashes to the head.
That's terrible.
Horrible. All because, and it really don't really state like what her motive is though. Like what was your motive? What are you so big now? Are you mad because he was cheating? Are you mad because he wanted a divorce?
$1.5 million. It's always the money.
Yes.
I know.
1.5 million. It totaled 1.5 million. That's a lot of money to get off of your spouse.
She was like, instead of him filing for divorce, what we're gonna do is kill him off and get the money, which is terrible. That's so sad because, really, I don't understand why people, I just don't, I'll never understand why people kill somebody that they are married to or have been with for so long, talking about we love each other, we built a family, we built our life together, and then all of a sudden you just get mad and kill them off. That would never make sense to me at all.
And the irony of the thing,
I'm thinking her motive had to be that money. That's crazy.
Okay.
But go ahead.
So the irony of it though, her son that they had together, he still doesn't believe his mom is guilty, and that's his side of the story, and that's it. But the other son, the stepson, is glad that she, was found guilty because he said, who else could have done it? If there were no intruders, there's no other evidence. The home invasion was done, with a butter knife. It was only them two in the home. So he's just convinced, it was his stepmom that killed his dad.
Wow.
And he just said he was heartbroken that it took this long, that she was out free, like, how do you let a murderer just walk the streets for years? That's the horrific story of Pamela Ballen.
And I'm sitting up here like, how did I miss that story? Like, I have not heard anything about
this
case.
Really?
I don't think so.
I had neither. That's why I was so intrigued. I was like, wait, my girls got to hear this one. The sippers got to hear this one. In Lithonia, Georgia. That's wild. And they said it was a big case during that time.
Wow.
They said people were in an uproar that that judge let her go. So she ended up turning herself in 5 days later. But still, like, why did you let her go on bail? And also for her
Exactly.
bail money, I did see that they had a I want to say it said a GoFundMe. Like she needed funds to, help post her bail
Oh
to get
hell
out.
no.
So and people
What?
participated. Yes, people participated to get her out.
Wow.
That just blew my mind. I was like, dude, she in there for murdering her husband and they're asking for a GoFundMe. So her family is convinced it was not her. Her sister, other family members are convinced she was not guilty.
Did she ever speak like to talk about anything regarding the case? Like, did she try to say he was abusing her, or did she try to talk about
Mm-mm.
any
Nope.
any possible other suspects? It wasn't me, but it could have been this person. She didn't say
Nope.
anything.
She just stuck to her story that she heard
That it was a home
shooters.
invasion.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But my thing was if he telling you to get the gun, you just running high, you didn't go get the gun. I would have been like,
Exactly.
I got you. This a Bunny and Clyde moment. For
Exactly.
me, it would have
There's
been a
no
Bunny and
way that I'm
Clyde
gonna be in
moment.
another room, listen to anybody
Yes.
I love getting attacked, and I don't
Right.
go try to help them.
Like
No way.
Yes. That's the true crime story for today, ladies and sippers. Please look her up, Pamela Ballin. But it's not much information now. That's why I was really intrigued. So I found a few documents from the court case. But
That was a
Mhm.
doozy, boy. Wow.
yeah, I just can't
Especially
really
the place, the location. It's crazy as well.
I know. So I
Yeah.
had to hit y'all up with that one. That was
Mhm.
good.
Yeah, you got me. Because when you said DeKalb County, we know how big the county is, but I
hmm
sure didn't think you was gonna say Lithonia.
I know, right? Right.
They said to the suburbs of Lithonia, Georgia. I said suburbs. I was like, to the suburb.
Mhm.
All right, sippers. So we're gonna take you into another segment called "Take Another Sip."
Oh my gosh, what are we about to do now?
Oh,
What do you have for us today?
okay. So, sippers, take another sip is where we discuss something that really caught us off guard, surprised us. Maybe it made us mad. Maybe it made us laugh. But either way, it made us want to do what, ladies? Take another
Take another
sip.
sip.
Hey. So I have a little snippet for you, ladies, on this. Take another sip.
Okay.
This is about the Mary Morris murders. Were
The
likely
who?
the Mary
Repeat
Morris
that, please.
the Mary Morris murders
Okay.
were likely the work of one really incompetent hitman happen. Y'all, everything intrigues me. Okay, I'm like, what the? So I really do a lot of cussing, sippers, when I'm researching this stuff. I'm cussing a lot. In October 2000, two Texas women were murdered in a similar manner within days of one another. Neither woman had any known enemies. In fact, both families reported that the women were loving, kind, and professional. One was a nurse and the other was a loan officer, living completely unconnected lives. Like these two women didn't even know each other, but they both were named Mary Morris.
Wow.
They had only one thing in common. Both women were named Mary Morris. Police found both Mary Henderson Morris, age 48, and Mary McGinnis Morris, age 39, dead in their cars. An investigation into the matter turned up no evidence, and both cases remained unsolved. The prevailing theory is that Mike Morris, the husband of Mary McGinnis Morris, who was 39, hired a hitman to kill his wife. Unfortunately, the assailant made a mistake and targeted the wrong Mary the first time.
You are lying.
So he killed
What?
two Mary Morrises
Oh
Oh
my
my goodness.
God. You
in the
like the
That's
same.
Terminator?
terrible.
He killed them in the same manner, like it says,
Like, how do you just go by just
okay.
the name? What do you do? Like, give them a name and then you have to do a Google search? Like, don't they usually
I
give?
mean,
Because
I mean,
like,
I
what
haven't,
year
I
was
haven't
this?
hired a hitman before,
in October
but
2000.
I'm just saying, you
So the
provide
internet
pictures,
was there, but not like it is
right?
today. But I'm with Renee. Like, he couldn't give him a pic. Like, we were still developing pictures in 2000, right? Or no?
Yeah.
I
Like, here's
think
a
But some
picture.
so.
kind of way,
This is
like,
where
why
she
he didn't have a
works.
photo?
This
I
is what
don't
And
she
then
know.
Yeah.
the ladies' ages are like 10 years apart. So you went in, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a big difference between somebody that's almost 50 versus somebody that's in their late
Right.
30s, like, as far as looks go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
really terrible all the way around. Oh my goodness.
That's just
Yes.
weird. Like, you just go with a name, though. Like, somebody just gives
Mm-hmm.
you a name and say, "Hey, kill this person with this name." Like, like the Terminator, like the
I'm
movie.
mad that
You
he
know?
went and found another Like he killed the first Mary and was like, oh, that was the wrong one.
That's so
And then you go and get the
crazy.
other Mary. Like you should have been
That's
like,
what
hey
I'm
man,
saying.
I'm out of this. I'm out of this, man. You gave me the wrong person. I don't know.
I mean,
And
did
do
he
you
look
up
up the
your
name in like
fee
a
as a
phone book?
hitman?
I'm
I
so
don't know. That
confused.
is this.
The
I had
fees
this.
though, like do you up your fees? You know what
I
I'm saying? Like he charged him whatever rate to kill one person, but then he does another person by mistake. Do you say I need more to go back and get this right?
oh my
That's
gosh, I didn't even think
like
about
how does
that.
that work? That's pretty crazy. The whole thing, man. It's
So
just crazy.
confused on like, well, he just gave you a name, and then what do you do? Like, like
It's no
where do,
further background
where do
on it.
you?
They just said that the
But
hitman was
still,
incompetent.
oh, clearly.
Right.
They said an
Oh my
On the
incompetent
gosh!
highest level.
hitman.
Wow,
Yeah. So
that's
this is
sad.
that is called the Mary Morris murders.
That's sad because now, even when you think about like, okay, the person who hired you didn't give you an address either,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Mm-hmm.
just going, you literally, like Renee said, you just going by the name. You don't have no address. He didn't give you no
Yeah.
description, obviously. And then you killed the wrong person, which neither one of these women should have died, right?
Right.
But you
Right.
killed the
Exactly.
wrong person. So here go two people that have passed away for no good reason at all. The whole
But
thing is just
the
ridiculous.
kicker is the investigation into the matter turned up with no evidence, and both cases remain unsolved. They're still unsolved. They don't
No,
know. Yeah, they don't know who did
are
it.
you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is
So
terrible.
that's, so the theory is, that's a theory that the husband, Mike Morris, wanted his wife, Mary Morris, murdered. So he hired a hitman. But the hitman, how do you just go, uh-oh? Like, oh, that was the wrong one. Okay, well, let me go on and get her.
And where did this happen at? What state was this again?
Texas, October 2000 in Texas.
Oh wow, that's so sad. My heart goes out to both of the Marys' families
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that's just so
because,
sad and terrible and heartless.
yeah, one was a professional nurse and the other one was a loan officer. Like, what? Do you just remove them from their family? Oh, I got
Right,
the wrong Mary. Let me go get the right one now.
exactly. But both Marys are just minding their own business at the end of the day.
Hmm.
Like neither one of them deserve to get killed. Like
I
that's so
wish she
sad.
gave more background. Maybe I should have researched it, but I just saw the article heading and I just thought I would share the little description they gave her because that two Marys. I was like, what?
Wow. And you said he killed them in their cars,
In
or
the same
whoever did it.
they were
Oh, okay.
both dead in their cars. Like, oh my
Let's take
God.
another 5 sips. Like this is just
Okay.
wild. It's
So
crazy, and the
sippers
fact that
is
it's unsolved.
yes, it's an unsolved case. So I don't know how much information they would have then if it's unsolved. I guess it wouldn't be. I mean, there's no person that can,
Mhm.
prosecute or anything. So all right, sippers, look that one up if can find anything, write it in the comment section for me because
Okay, so I have one more take another sip that I want to put on top of Demetrius's. And it's something that happened, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago. I was
okay.
downtown Atlanta, and you know how they have homeless people there. Well, they have homeless people everywhere, but they had homeless people, when they were like down in the downtown area. So it was a
Okay.
man holding a sign. They usually hold signs. I need food, I need water, God bless you, whatever.
Yeah.
This one man, he put his Cash App on the sign. I said, does he have a Cash App on his sign?
Wait. So to have a Cash App, don't you have to have an account? I'm not
Exactly.
sure. It should be linked to like
I
a
don't know.
banking account or
But he was
checking.
far away, so I couldn't, see it, so I was
Okay.
driving with my boyfriend. So I was like, okay, I said, turn around. I said, let me see. I said, I'm gonna talk to him. I said, I got to say something. And so
Wow.
I needed a picture because I was just like, let me take a picture. So we went around the corner, came back, and I rolled down my window and I was like, is that your Cash App? He was like, yeah. I said, okay, well, let me take a picture of it and I'll get you, And he was like, all
Oh
right.
wow.
So he smiled, whatever. Well, he didn't really smile, but he's posed for the picture. I took the picture so I can have evidence of it because I can share it. And I'm just like, all right, I'll send you something. He was like, all right, thank you, God bless you, and all that. And he drove off. And I Cash out to him $5 though.
Oh, well,
My
look at that
goodness.
blessing dropping into that account.
Just because I was just like, because I said I was
Wow.
gonna do it, and I didn't want to just make fun of it and just like be that just be it. And like I ain't gonna
That was
starve if
nice
I
that you
give
sent
somebody
him something
$5.
though.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
dropped
that
that
was nice.
blessing
So
into
I was
his
just like, I'm gonna give him
account.
because I mean it might be real, it might be fake, whatever. It ain't. If he needs it, whatever. But I was
But
just
you was
like,
being a woman of your word, and
I
you dropped
was.
it.
I told because I was like, I told him I would. I'm gonna do it. But I'm just
That
like,
is
I ain't never seen that before.
Neither have I.
That's
And then
bizarre. I've never seen that either.
right. Because when you have an account, accounts are attached to some kind of
Right. You
address,
gotta have
right?
you have to have
Even
a
if
phone
you
too,
have a
right?
PO box, you gotta still pay for that PO box, right?
I don't know how
I
that works.
mean, I don't know either.
But
I
don't you
know.
have to have a phone? Well, I guess he might have a phone. I mean, I don't.
You definitely have to have a phone because I never heard of anybody doing Cash App from a desktop.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm confused, but
So
very
look. So
interesting
what I'm gonna do?
story.
So I know there's some investigators out there. So I just pulled it up on my phone. So his Cash App, if anybody knows this person or if it's tied to like an entity, like a company, like a scam group or something, let me know. But it's $ B as in boy, V as in Victor, T as in Tom, V as in Victor, S U. Okay. BVTVSU is the Cash App, and it comes up with the name Tony Wilcox. So I was like,
Oh wow.
so if anybody
okay,
hears
with the first
this,
and last
look, if
name.
anybody hears this and then they look that up or know how to investigate or whatever, let me know if that's attached to like a big scheme company or something like that. And they just got their people out there
I'm
on the
curious
corners,
too.
on the corners, and they probably pay them like $10 at the end of the day, and they probably just collect all this money. It might be something like that, but let me know. But I just thought that was amazing. I was like, okay. I mean, you know.
Wow,
Bro,
but
I
this
mean, homeless people
episode got
pay
some
that
mind-blowing information going on.
That must be that 2021 new age homeless
Girl.
situation going on because
Oh,
I've never seen somebody with a Cash App like that.
Girl,
Wow.
you're gonna have, and you know, when you riding by because you're not close enough to them to either speak or reach out, and you just passing by, and you see the writing. Now you're gonna make me try to focus in. Like, does it say $ something?
Yep.
Wow, Cash App.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
yep. And his sign
Okay.
says, because I'm pulling it up, I'm gonna send it to y'all right now. But please help homeless, hungry, everything helps. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, hey, whatever works.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works.
Okay.
And at the end of the night, he went ahead and cashed out into his bank account. And the next day, he probably went and made a withdrawal with his ATM card. I mean,
Probably he probably drove to the ATM in his car to get the money
I
out of
done
his
heard
bank
it all.
account, added to his bank account. He's probably a whole wealthy man somewhere, but you know.
Yeah, I've heard of those stories.
Yeah, but I don't mind those. I'm just like, well, if they got a lot of money and they trying to jip me, then it just is what it is. I mean, you know, if I be giving them $1 or $2, that shit ain't gonna break me. So I'm just like, they'll pay for it on their side. It don't have nothing to do with me.
Well, that's okay. You dropped the blessing.
I did. I hope I did.
Exactly.
Well, sippers, we're gonna bring this around to a 360 and make this a
Do we have
close.
to?
Yeah, or is it a
So much
180?
fun.
Maybe it's a 180. We
Girl, it's
start.
well, it's a
180.
360 since we're starting all the way
360.
back to the beginning.
Okay.
We're closing it out the way we started it. I don't know.
Well, there you have it. Well, sippers, we're gonna close out here. I'm gonna miss you ladies because I love our weekly meetups.
No, these are so fun.
Although we chat all the time.
It's just the preparation that kind of kills me.
Yeah.
You know, getting your stuff together, making sure it's right as much as it can be, because you don't want to be up on here with no BS. So
no, we don't want to deliver y'all any BS.
After it's done, we're good.
Yes, this is like a stress reliever now. Thank you, ladies. All right, sippers. Well, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. And as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And hit us up on Podbean, or you can go to www.sipandunwind.com, or what's our Gmail? Renee always hit the Gmail.
At gmail.com.
Ooh, that sounds so sexy. Sound like a sexy voice.
Platforms. At least most of them.
Okay.
We out there.
We are out there. Please do not forget to reach out. We are on all social media platforms.
Yep.
So hit us up.
Right. Thanks, guys. Talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for your support that's out there listening.
Yes. Thank you. Bye, sippers.
Bye, sippers.
Bye.